Hi, how are you? I would like to explain how I could play the sonata for flute and basso continuo by Bach because there is written some note and there are written some notes and I'm playing other notes, but it is not so difficult as you can think. For example, the beginning of this famous sonata. The really note that is written is E, G sharp, D sharp, E. Okay, I am playing the sonata with a tenor recorder, but in bar 18 and it becomes very difficult. In other bar it's quite impossible. Why? Because see on bar 33 we have the lower note of a baroque flute, bar 33. D. This is the lower note of a baroque flute, but it's not the lower note of a tenor recorder, because a tenor recorder has not only a D, but a C. So the tenor recorder has two notes lower, D flat and C above this D. Okay, for this reason, because of the literature of flute arrive at very higher notes, it is better to use the extension of the instrument, the entire extension of the instrument. So it is better to make in bar 33, for example, note number 8, the lower note of the flute, to make the lower note of a recorder. And what is the lower note of an alto recorder? F. And in which key? Bar 33, the note number 8 is an F in bass key. So if I play this piece in as it was written in bass key, I will never find a note lower than F, because the literature for flutes had never note lower than D, and the higher note written for flute that sometimes is very high, I can play it with an alto recorder quite without problem. So if I read the part for originally for flute D, E sharp, D in bass key, they are G, F sharp, G. Instead of I will play it is very easy. I will just read in bass key. The problem is that the difference from violin key and bass key is a third. Okay. But the tonality is not the same, because in the flute the piece is written in E minor with F sharp and with sometimes D sharp. So if I start with a G, it will be in G minor, but G minor art on the K, not F sharp, but B flat and E flat. So I can play this music reading in bass K, but I have to put upon the text 3 flat. This is strange, 3 flats. A B, E, and A. In all the music, all the literature for flute. B, E, A, but if you read in bass K, in this music we have a sharp upon an A. You see the sharp near the K. And this sharp cancel the flat upon the A, because sharp is +1, flat is -1, +1 -1, totale 0. I will have a normal A. I will play slowly. In the first bar, in the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bar, there are no problem. The first problem arrived at bar 7, but I will stop at bar 6. So I'm starting with G, F sharp, G. G, E flat, C, and what is? This is the originally was a G sharp. Now in bass K is a B sharp, not very strange. But the problem that in my tonality the B is flat, and with this sharp, this B is transformed in B natural. So in this bar, bar 7, I play G, E flat, C, B natural. Ha, say the German. And this, what is this Beccaret, the natural sign? That the B is no more sharp, is normally, so I will play B flat. Attention. In violin K, that is C sharp. Okay, but we are in bass K, E sharp. Very strange note. But in our G minor K, E is flat. So with this sharp, I will have E natural. So in this bar, we have F sharp and E natural. And here, in the original K, violin K, was G sharp and C sharp. In bass K, it will be B sharp, so that is instead of B flat, B natural, and E sharp, so instead of E flat, E natural. And here is interesting. The higher note is an F, and the second is an E natural. And here is a typical problem of this way of reading, because we have two B quadro to this sign that's avoid some sharp or flat. But the first is fake, is courtesy. In this bar, the E is normally reading in violin K. In this bar, the C is normally natural, not sharp, not flat. So we don't need this B quadro before the C. But the editor will be gentle, it's a courtesy for us, but it's a big problem for who is reading in this transposition K. So the first sign doesn't exist. We have just to play normally F, E flat, F. The second is really a sign that is really. In violin K, it was F natural instead of F sharp. Okay. But we are in bass K, we have an A natural because there is a sign of sharp on the line of A. With this B quadro, the A natural became changed in A flat. So, slowly, these bars are F, F, E flat, F, A flat. The first sign is fake, doesn't have no reason. The second sign is really and tell us that we have to play E flat, A flat. And now again A flat, not the first A, the second. And here A natural. Is a sign that we don't need because the sharp upon the upper line does exist, but is a courtesy. Bar 29. This is interesting. The point that explains all to us. In this bar 33 we have the lower note of the flute, D, and we have the lower note of the alto, F. And here, G sharp in the original, B sharp in bass K, so that is instead of B flat, B natural. And here a lot of sharp. The E, we are reading in bass K, the E became natural. The C is sharp and the B is natural. I play so G, F, E natural, D, C sharp, B natural, C sharp, E natural, and here attention, B flat. This is a sign of courtesy because just play a B sharp, but it's not a sign that has a significance. This is a big problem. reading in this way. Bar 39. And here, E natural and C sharp. So, some sign avoid a flat, and some sign is really a sharp. We can continue, so we will solve together the problem. I have to find the score. We are bar 42, bar 43. This sign in bar 43 is doesn't exist. It's just a courtesy, because in violin K the C is natural, and in bass K the E is flat normally. And here G sharp in violin K became a B sharp, so a B natural in bass K. And here the B natural became again flat, and after the A that was natural became flat, because in the K we have a sharp upon this line, and with this B quadro the A changed from natural in flat. So I'm starting from the higher B, B flat, C, no, E flat, I'm sorry, higher E flat, C, B flat, A flat. B natural. And here is only a B flat. We don't need this sign, it's a sign of courtesy. And what is this? This was in violin K was an E, in bass K is a G. Not very high, but not difficult with recorder, with alto recorder. 54. E natural in this bar, and E natural in the bar after. And here, this is a little difficult. D, G, F sharp. This is a really sharp. F sharp. But the second sharp is not a really sharp, because we had E flat, so it's E natural. I start again. D, G, F sharp, E natural, D, and attention, E flat is no more natural, is come back to flat. So slowly. It seems complicated, but if you learn this, if you know bass K, because you are pianist, I hope you are pianist, because if you don't play piano, it's very difficult to play well flute recorder. First, if you play piano, you know bass K. If you know bass K, this way of reading seems complicated, but it's not complicated. Just you have to repeat to avoid some mistake. But if you know this way of reading, you can read with your alto recorder all the literature for flute, for Baroque flute, all. Telemann, Handel, Bach, all, Platti, all the 18th century literature for flute, without buying or searching transcription, just reading the original text. So I'm start bar 59. Here, B natural and why this? Why this courtesy? Because the bass had something different. Okay, well, I don't know really why. Because in the bar, 2 bar before it was a D sharp and now it take a D natural. Okay, it's a courtesy that creates us a lot of problem. This is D natural in violin K, F natural in bass K. So in this bar we have the changes only for the note number 3, that is B natural, and the note number 9, that is E natural. With E natural, and now again a sign of courtesy, bar 65. This is just an E flat. And here F sharp, E natural, and after E flat. And now, this is very difficult. The lower note is an F sharp, but in this bar the first F is sharp, the second F is normal, so doesn't need this backquadro, but is a courtesy, and the last note is E flat. Sorry. B natural. Doesn't need this sharp, the F is a courtesy. The F in violin K is sharp in this bar, but it's courtesy. And for us is A natural and after B flat. Also this, we doesn't need this B flat because in this bar the B is flat. The publisher will be gentle with us but create a lot of problem from the people transposing. F sharp, E natural in the lower and in the higher, and this is a big problem in this piece because we have the higher F sharp that you need to close with your legs. And after, 2 natural that you don't need. A natural upon C in violin K and the natural backquadro upon D, but they are natural notes. So it's just to be gentle. In this bar we play normally, without giving importance to this sign. So the second note is E flat, and the fifth note is F natural. F sharp, F natural, we don't need this sign, but it's written. F sharp, this is interesting for musical reason. In this bar there is an asymmetry. All this for 4 bar you have the same pattern: a third, a fifth, a third, third, fifth, third, fifth, third. I'm speaking about the distance. And here, a third, a fourth, and a second. Why? But because the flute has no do. But if you have a modern flute, here you can play the do, and it is the really note. I'm starting with the tenor, bar 77. I'm sorry, we have to change tonality. Why doesn't? Ah, no, okay. In a with C sharp. C sharp. The original note was C sharp. But the Baroque flute has not C sharp, so Bach, very simple, instead of playing C sharp E, wrote D E. This is very interesting, it's very important for us, that explains us a lot of things. The pattern was so clear and the structure was so clear that Bach could make a mistake, because this is a mistake, because C sharp is the sixth upon the bass and D is the fourth upon C sharp is the third upon the bass and D is the fourth dissonance upon the bass, but it runs perfectly in the piece, but it is a wrong note. So I play again with recorder, with alto recorder 79. I'm asking me if the modern flutist play D or C sharp. I will check the performance from modern flutist. This is a good question. Bar 18. 18, we have at the end of the bar E natural and F sharp. And here, G, F sharp, G. The fingering is different from normal. For the G, you make half thumb, index and medium, and leg. And then you move the three finger that you use normally for making the G, so that is from the right hand, index, ring finger and little finger. And at the end, G, A, B natural, and here, what is this natural in bar 85? This is very difficult. It's avoid the sharp, so we will have A flat. That's this difficulty. At the end of the piece, it's very cruel. It's very, oh, Mr. Bach. Good gymnastic for the hand. F sharp, then normal A natural, so the second sharp is useless, and then at the end a G sharp, C sharp, and trill upon F sharp. Is this not easy, especially in this piece? But if you try to read the literature of flute, Baroque flute, with an alto recorder, reading in bass K, it will be wonderful. Bye bye.